everybody, welcome to the world of fanfiction again. I'm your host Patrick Green once more, and we are going to continue Small Problems, the fanfic based off Steven Universe, and it is made by RandomFanficTyper. This is going to be the last chapter, which is chapter 3, and the chapter is called Breakfast Time Romance. Oh boy. Yep. I don't know. I kind of know what's gonna go on. I guess that's what the author was saying about Amethyst X Steven bit. If you can see up that link I gave you for a little Amethyst X Steven bit. All right, let's head to it. Breakfast Time Romance. Okay, Steven was standing over the counter and eagerly awaiting his food. It isn't done yet, Steven, said Pearl. Steve pouted to this and waited patiently. Oh, come on, I've been waiting forever. It will be ready in a moment, Garnett simply stated. He then pursed his lips and sat on the floor, causing Amethyst to trip over him, spilling a whole container of milk on the floor, blushing in embarrassment. Oops, Pearl sighed. I'll get it, she said as she shrugged to help and as she struggled to help Amethyst up, sighing in relief after achieving such a goal. Don't worry, I help. I'm sorry, I lost myself. Okay, don't worry, I help, Steven said, lifting himself up and grabbing a rag. After all, I did cause this mess, Steven said, starting over the spill, then slipped. Steven, are you okay? Pearl said, extending her hand to the fallen kid, who roughly took it, picked himself up, nearly pulled her down with him midway. I'm fine, I think, Steven said, feeling a sore lump on the back of his head. We're wrenching in pain. Oh dear, let me get you some ice, Pearl said, rushing over to the freezer. Don't worry about it, Steven. I am capable, you know, Amethyst said, chuckling a little. Pearl returned with a bag of ice, to which Steven took, applying the coat to the back of his head, feeling the swelling going down a little. Thanks, Steven said sheepishly. Pearl then frowned, looking at Steven. Are you sure you're okay? You did fall pretty hard. Twice, mind you. Steven then looked up sheepishly and gave a shaky thumbs up, slurring a little bit of gibberish, causing Pearl's expression to worsen. Amethyst walked up to Pearl, who whispered to her, Keep an eye on them, please. Amethyst nodded, pulling up a chair and sitting next to Steven, who slurred some more. Hey, you alright there? Steven loosely nodded. Amethyst then scratched the top of her head, picking up the ice bag Steven dropped, placing it on the back of his head where the lump was, causing him to jolt up. I'm okay, Steven bellowed, causing everyone to look at him. He blinked, then blushed out of embarrassment. Sorry, he said. Everyone resumed what they were doing. Amethyst then placed his arm around Steven, frowning a little. Are you absolutely sure? She said, concerned for Steven. Steven shrugged. It's all good, Dud. He smiled and then hugged Amethyst. Thank you for caring. Amethyst returned with a smile, hugged back. Anything for you, little dude, she giggled, causing Steven to blush once again. Some chitter-chatter later, Steven's long-waited breakfast was served to him by Garnett, simply putting the plate down without any words. Steven and Amethyst looked at the meal. It was 4 fluffy pancakes stacked on top of each other with mounds of syrup and sprinkled with chocolate bits, topped with marshmallows and whipped cream, then sprinkled and a strawberry on top. Oh my gosh. That sounds delicious. Oh yeah, back to the story. Oh, that sounds delicious though. They both looked at it, eager to get at it. We'll be right back, said Pearl, who walked with Garnett. I am entrusting you to watch the headquarters while we're gone. Can you two do that? Pearl said, looking at the two while raising an eyebrow at them. Oh, sure, it's in a bag, Steven and Amethyst said, turning their heads to Pearl, shrugging. Pearl could only sigh. Alright then. We'll be back in a bit. Try not to make too much of a mess this time. With that, the two left, leaving the two alone. Oh. Oh. Hang on a second, people. I know where this is going. Oh boy. Oh boy, I know where this is going. Hang on, let me keep reading to make sure. After about 10 minutes, the two were still staring at the meal in front of them. They looked at each other in their eyes, blushing, turned their heads away from each other in embarrassment. Hey, MFS? She looked at him, who looked back at her. Would you like to share this with me? Stephen asked, shyly. The purple-skinned, albino-haired female paused for a moment and thought. She smiled and at him and nodded. Sure, let's dig in, she said as she smiled. They both then picked up a fork and began to tenderly eat the syrupy nostrils, one bite at a time, one bite after another bite, savoring the sugary goodness in every mouthful of gooiness. They continued this for about 25 minutes, only stopping in between to glance at each other every once in a while and to drink off a beverage, then decide to stare. Yes, it is this. I knew it too. Because when I first. Wow. I guess that's why they call it Amethyst X Steven. Let me keep going. Sorry. Alright. At about quarter of the way through, the whipped cream begun to seep sides, causing strawberry on top to topple over into a pool of syrup. They both looked at the strawberry, deciding to save it for the last, resuming the eating. Another 10 minutes passed, and all that was left was 2 bites, a wallop of whipped cream, and the now coated strawberry. Eyeing the 2 bites, they looked it into their forks and paused, only to look at each other, locking eyes. Emmett's eyes were so pretty that morning. It was just the way they glistened, the way the morning sun reflected off of them. They were hypnotizing. Oh, it is this one. It is this bit, isn't it? Don't you just love fan fiction? Don't you just love it? I just like it when authors just pile that on. His arms then rose. Hers did too. They brung each other's forks up to one another's mouth with the last bites of syrupy goodness on them. As if on command, they both clamped down on each other's forks. Ooh, sorry. Ooh, got a little big yawn. Savoring the last bite like it was truly their last they ever get. All of a sudden, Stephen's belly began to glow. His crystals was glowing dim, as was Amethyst's closing their eyes. As a command, Stephen picked up the strawberry gingerly, dunking it in more syrup and whipped cream plus sprinkles, and turned it into fully coated. I'm sorry. Why did I say fluffy? Fully coated. He then brung his face closer to Amethyst's and placed the strawberry between his lips and brung his face even closer to Amethyst's. The closer they got, the more their gems glowed, as if knowing. They both creaked open their eyes and grinned lightly. Their lips touched either side of the strawberry, licking it ever so, bringing their lips together at last, sharing a sugar-coated fruit in their mouths. Oh God. Can this be canon? I'm not sure. Please comment me if you think this could be canon. Then their gems began to grow brighter and brighter, engulfing the whole room in glowy light. Swirling around the fruit, Stephen could feel his male hormones spiked up, biting down on the red fruit, swallowing his half whole. Amethyst did the same, pushing his tongue through her mouth, as she then responded in an embrace, wrapping her arms around him. They both appeared to levitate as A bright white light blinded the entire room. Flash! Just like that, they were outside. As the morning began to pass, nobody was around. Stephen's testosterone skyrocketed, tilting his head to get more leverage. They both broke away from each other. A thin line of saliva trailed in each other's mouth. Oh my gosh! They did it! They kissed. They kissed. Oh my gosh. Who would have thought that a breakfast would get them together? Who would have thought that? That was different, Stephen said, looking into her eyes. But awesome! Stephen then looked down. But what is that feeling I feel in my tummy? And why do I feel like something sprang up in my pants? Oh God. Oh, really? Surely they won't go that far. Surely they won't go that far, right? Okay, let me chat. Back to the story, guys. Stephen said, looking worried. Amethyst could only chuckle as she replied, "That weird feeling in your stomach is called butterflies. And the reason you feel like something sprang up in your pants is because something did spring up in your pants." Oh my gosh. That story. In other words, you're excited to see me. She giggled a little. uh Oh my gosh. Don't you just love it? I love it. Love this. This is great. Stephen cocked his head to the side, a little confused at the freshly discovered hormones he just experienced. Excited? I get excited all the time, and this never happens. No, Stephen. This is a different type of excited. That's a different type of excited. No. The excited you're talking about is a little kid at a candy shop who has $100 and can spend anything he wants at the candy shop. The excitement you're experiencing is a 17-year-old virgin who's about to have his first time at prom night. Heyo! Oh boy, that was a good minute. All right, back to the story. Amethyst smiled and patted Stephen on the head. Trust me, if I try to explain it, we'll be here all day and night. Let's head back. She smiled, extending her hand to Stephen, who firmly grasped it in his hand. Okay, Amethyst, he said, unsure what to do with his small problems. No one get it? Man. Amethyst, Stephen said. While walking with her, she looked down and tilted her head. Yeah? It's very awkward to walk like this, Amethyst smiled. Come here, you. She laughed, then picked up Stephen, holding her in her arms, cradling him, while she walked back towards the Crystal HQ. Well, we'll have to take care of your small problems when we get back. Stephen then looked back up to her and frowned, looking at the bulge in his pants. Little? Ah! Oh man! Oh boy, that was fun. That was the end of it. That's the whole story. That was the last chapter. My gosh. Wow, what is Amethyst gonna do? You're gonna have to take care of your small problem. Wait, you're gonna take care of it? How are you gonna take care of it? That means two things. I mean, it could be either that one or this one. Oh my gosh. Wow. Well, there's an author's note. Yes, I know what you're all thinking. He put mushy stuff at the end, blah 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 blah. Well, that's why I had to change the ratings. Anyways, I hope this makes up for my procrastination, and I also hope you enjoy. Bye bye for now. Okay, that was a little note from the author. That was actually a good story. I liked it. The last chapter was the last chapter was kind of unexpected. But I guess you guys always wonder why did I chose this thumbnail, this picture. Well, when I first found this fan fiction, I was reading the little panel about what the fan fiction is, what it's about, and it turns out that I found that little Amethyst at Steven bit, I saw him with the pancakes, and I thought that was perfect for it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Um, yeah, he had butterflies and a boner, the two B's. All right. That's the end of Small Problems, the story. Um, well, I'm going to make more, as you know. Okay. I knew. See, like, if you heard from my last story I did, Rainbow Factory, the Derpy Who's edition. I told everyone that I was gonna find a Steven Universe one, and I just went to the website and I just found this one is like the first thing I saw. I just chose it and I didn't know what to expect of it, so I just went with this one, Small Problems, and it was funny and I enjoyed it. Um, make sure to like and subscribe my video. That'd be great. Um, the more subscribers, the more views, the more videos I do, the more readings I do. But anyway, that's pretty much it. I am Patrick Green, and this concludes Small Problems. Um, thank you very much, and I will see you again in another world of fan fiction. Goodbye, everybody.